Hello everyone, I'm back with another Reddit Addicts episode. If you find my videos entertaining, please kindly subscribe and like them. Thanks to everyone for your suggestions and kind notes. Now, let's get started with today's exciting stories.
I, 26M, caught my GF, 22F, of 1 year cheating. I can't seem to let go infidelity. Background story, paragraphs 1 to 3, story 4 to 9, today 10 to 11. 1. I have been with my GF for about a year now. She is originally from SoCal, going to school in NorCal. I moved in and lived with her since June 2013. Living together was good, we never had any issues with the living situation. Before her I was not looking to be in a relationship, and was single for about 2 years. She on the other hand has not been single since 16 for more than 4 months at a time. She wasn't really looking for a relationship when we met, but it was hard being just friends because we had a natural attraction and connection. 2. After about 3 months of talking, we started dating. Things were moving pretty fast, as I moved in with her after 6 months. But everything was good, except for drunken arguments that came up once in a blue moon. I treated her very well, basically like a princess. It's something I can't help but do. She tells me all the time, and so does all her friends and mine, how great of a BF I am and how great I treat her. Basically, I was the best thing that's ever happened to her, was what most people that knew her told me. 3. She is the jealous type, but doesn't like to admit it and will go down to the grave denying it. But she's always accusing me of some kind of infidelity when it comes to me and my female friends or acquaintances. Being in an industry where I am around a lot of females, I can see her point at times, but she is also from the same industry, so I would think she would understand also. I am also somewhat jealous, but it's more of, I'll treat you the same way you treat me. I am very analytical and has been cheated on by 8 out of 9 relationships before her. I was right 100% of the times. I thought my so was doing things behind my back. For so hey race, the beginning of the story. It was Thanksgiving break, so she flew down to SoCal to visit her family. It was the first time she's been back since moving in with her. Everything seemed normal, texts and calls didn't seem any different. Then on her last night out she goes to the clubs. Which I don't mind much, as I had a show to perform that same weekend. I noticed she wasn't texting much that day, and that her texts and calls were short, like she was preoccupied. And I just thought, she's just enjoying her last day there or getting ready for her night out. The only texts I got that night were her saying, "You're probably sleeping with some girl you got backstage," and "Where are you? You must be too busy talking with some sluts." I was performing when she sent that to me. When I finished my set, I tried to contact her any way possible, but she wasn't answering at all. She's the type that always has her phone and always looks at it every 5 to 10 minutes. So 3 to 4 hours went by, and nothing. I just thought she was just busy with friends, etc. No text or call that night, which is unusual because every night she at least says good night or says she's going to sleep. So it was a bit weird. I didn't hear from her till 4 p.m. the next day. 5. So she flew back to NorCal early next week. I noticed she was texting a lot more, and when I looked over when she was texting she tilted the screen slightly away or pushed the home button, and pretends to do something else. We are open about our phones and Facebook. We don't have each other's passwords, but if wanted to with a reason we allowed each other to look at messages. This time was different. I asked to see her phone cause I was curious about what happened in SoCal. She immediately took her phone back and said it was her own business and that I could not see what was on her phone or Facebook anymore. Her reasoning was that I should be able to trust her, and if I don't I shouldn't be with her. That's when I started to realize she might be cheating on me. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt cause we did do everything together and it would be hard for her to do anything like that, since I'm always around. 6. A month passed, and I noticed she put a password on her laptop when opening it, And every time she left her laptop open, her Facebook was always logged out. I started getting really suspicious. But at the same time we were happier than ever. So I tried forgetting my suspicions. After a while though, I did figure out her password for her phone by overlooking it a couple times. And I saw no texts from guys other than close friends. So I was pretty relieved. She was going back to SoCal to visit her family for Christmas. The day I dropped her off, she started acting strange, trying to get into arguments and being really sensitive about everything. She was back in SoCal. But this time she barely contacted me. I had to text and call her multiple times just to get an answer. And it was all very short. On Christmas Eve I went to go drink with a few of our mutual, female, friends that were in town. I have hung out with them before without her and she didn't give no mind to it. But this time she was saying how I was rude and how I should just date them and sleep with them. It was really random and unusual. I tried to contact her a few times that night and she wouldn't answer to anything. Even on Christmas she was upset with me and wouldn't talk to me much. Finally, after a while I apologized for being with our friends without her on Christmas Eve just so I could end this argument. So she flew back to NorCal before NYE 7, so I was even more curious now because of how she was acting. So one night while she was sleeping I looked at her phone, nothing was found in her messages, and then I thought to finally look at her FB through her phone. And that's when I saw her messages to another guy. I took a screenshot of everything. The time when she was in SoCal Thanksgiving, she was with him before the club and left her phone accidentally at his house after the club. How she saw and met up with him during Christmas break, how she was with him Christmas Eve and Christmas, how she was with him the last night in SoCal and she missed her flight because she was with him. It tore me apart reading everything. I looked through her messages again, and I come to find she put his phone number under a female's name. 8. It was right before New Year's. I couldn't sleep or anything, but I didn't want to ruin New Year's for either of us and our friends because we had about 5 days planned. So I tried to hold it all in and confront her after the trip was over. I just wanted to have some last good memories before I broke up with her. The whole trip I tried hinting at stuff I found out, but she wasn't taking the bait. She acted normal like everything was fine. Finally, on the last night of our trip, she was drunk and tried breaking up with me over something ridiculously stupid to break up over. So that's when I finally confronted her and broke up with her. It was a 4-hour drive back and everything I had was at her place. 9. We finally got back, and I was packing my stuff up. She was really sad about it all, especially since her close friends that we were with during the trip found out too. She wanted to fix things, and said she would be honest about everything, but she thought that we should still be broken up but still have me stay with her most of the time, basically do what we used to do but with a step back. She said that it would be better if she was single so she can focus on her career and how she doesn't want anyone but me still. I don't know how she thinks being single would do that. But it was her choice. All GFs, I never gave another chance, but she was the first I ever lived with and I grew really attached so I gave it another shot. 10. Being that she was just caught, I explained to her that she needed to change the guy's name to his real name on her phone and that she couldn't talk to him anymore. She agreed. After about a week, I checked her phone and she changed his name to another girl's name again. She was saying to him how she can't stop thinking about him and misses him. This whole time she was trying to fix things with me, saying how much she loved me and wouldn't want to live without me and I was the best thing ever. And she still goes and does this. 11. So now I'm back at my old apartment. She texts me about how she misses me and wants to see me, but she's at her place getting drunk with a random guy she met from the scene. I know I need to leave, but it's so hard. I really care about her and we click so well in a lot of ways. She's basically my best friend. And it's so hard to lose that. I don't know what to do. I know most people will say just stop talking to her or seeing her, but we both are in an industry where we will always run into each other and we have lots of mutual friends. I need some help on what to do.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe for more.